Oh, there you are, YouTube. Today we're going to do another random ranking. I've been doing these for a while now, and basically what it is, I go to my movie collection, a portion of my movie collection. It's a little bit bigger, but the closest to where I am now, that section of my movie collection, because I have some downstairs too. But anyway, this section of my movie collection, I will be picking 3 films with my eyes closed at random, and then ranking them in order from most favorite to least favorite. So let's go pick out some movies. And this is the portion of the media collection that I will be choosing from. The movies have been picked. I haven't looked at them yet. Let's do that together. Let's start with the first one. Okay, this is kind of relevant because, well, let me show you what it is first. King Kong, the 70s version of King Kong. Sort of relevant because just this week the trailer for, is it Godzilla vs. King Kong or King Kong vs. Godzilla? Regardless, that trailer just came out and that movie looks amazing. But yeah, we'll be ranking this film today. Ooh, another monster movie. The Blob. I got some things to say about this one. This is the 80s version of The Blob. Got some things to say. Oh, look at this. And Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This is an interesting collection. So let's figure out which one's my favorite. Okay, this is the order in which I showed them to you. I really don't know where to start here. Okay. King Kong, I love the King Kong movies, all of them. But I can also understand why I can point out their flaws. I think this one has a lot of flaws. I think the man in suit quality is not good. It just looks too much like a man in a suit. I think that was a bad choice. But I mean, I don't know. What would they have gone? What if they did stop motion? That probably wouldn't have worked either in the 70s. So I don't know, just wasn't the right time to make a King Kong, in my opinion. Although I did ride the Universal Studios ride based off of this movie, because I believe that Universal Studios ride was based off of this movie and not the original King Kong. I could be wrong on that. If I am wrong, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it was based off of this movie, and I did get a chance to ride that ride when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. So my nostalgia for this movie is mostly based on the ride. The film itself, I'm not that into. I mean, Jeff Bridges is in it, the dude, which is always cool. Jessica Lange, of course, phenomenal actress, amazing. This is not her best work. Charles Grodin, I think he is amazing. That's this guy right here with the mustache that you're seeing and the white jacket. He's hilarious. I mean, he's hilarious as an actor. If you've ever seen the movie Beethoven, he's very funny in that. He's kind of a sleaze in this movie. But, I don't know, most of my nostalgia for this film is less about the movie because I don't care for the movie that much. All my nostalgia exists for the ride at Universal Studios. So, I can't put this one at number 1. But I do love the King Kong franchise. So let's put that one right here for now. Okay. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I had not seen this one until I got married. This is my wife's movie. I married into this one. And it's, kind of a nice background watch. Siskel and Ebert, well, no, not Siskel, sorry. Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs up. They seem to like it. It's about a magical pair of pants that fits these 4 girls perfectly. Like, they're different heights, different sizes, different shapes, but this pair of pants fits all of them perfectly, and they go their separate ways for a summer vacation and mail the pair of jeans to one another, and I don't know, like good luck happens or something like that. I can't remember. I mean, I've seen it a lot of times, but a lot of times I use it as a background movie. So, yeah, it's nice. I mean, I like it. It's just not like, I don't have an emotional attachment to it or anything like that. It's more of just it's a good background movie for me. It's an easy thing to work to in the background. So again, like, I think I'm just gonna set this one to the side for right now. The Blob here, this came out, this is the 1988 version of The Blob, and this is the first R-rated film I saw in a movie theater. My neighbors took me to it. My neighbor, his son was a year older than me, and we did everything together. They took me to the majority of my I shouldn't say the majority, but they took me to a lot of my theater experiences as a kid, a lot of the ones that shaped me, a lot of my earliest ones. And this was one of them. And it's rated R. And in '88, I was, 5, 6, something like that. And I can't believe I saw an R-rated movie that young in the theater. But my assumption is that my friend's dad, who took us, he probably 30 years earlier saw this in the original, the 1958 version in the theater when he was a kid, right? So that's my assumption, because this was made like 30 years later. And I'm thinking that he was like, I saw The Blob when I was a kid. I'm going to take my kid to see The Blob, and I'm going to take the next door neighbor kid. So yeah, this was my first R-rated movie in a theater, so I have strong nostalgic ties to this, and just, seeing it beyond that point. And yeah, I don't know, like it, I love it because it's my first R-rated movie in a theater. Far more deadlier than before. Far more deadlier than the 58 version. Scream now while you can still breathe. Special effects, they're 80s. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see, who do we got in here? Kevin Dillon, right there. Shawnee Smith, oh yeah, right there. I don't know, she's in the Saw movies. She has a tiny part in Armageddon. Kind of have a crush on her Armageddon character, even though she only has one line, I think, and is only in it for 5 seconds. But I don't know, when I was a kid I fell in love with her in that movie. So yeah, The Blob, 88 Blob. I think, what's my ranking here? This one I'm gonna say is number one. It has strong nostalgic ties. I love the 80s-ness to it, the grit it has, and then just my personal story with it is enough to put it at number one. Plus, it's just this great 80s horror film. So I gotta put it up front. This has got to go up front. What do I do here? Which one am I don't know. Again, this is the worst of the King Kongs, I think. When you come look at the original, this one, Peter Jackson's, I don't know, Kong Skull Island. I mean, there's a lot about Kong Skull Island that I hate, but there's a lot that I love too. I don't know, I'm not really in the mood to watch this one very much. It makes me feel uncomfortable or something. But the Universal Studios ride, I have strong ties to. So, I mean, but is that enough to rank a movie up higher? Shouldn't it be the movie itself, not the ride? So, it pains me to do this because I love King Kong. I've made a lot of art surrounding this film. Some successful pieces surrounding this film and the character of King Kong in general. A lot of my art career involves this movie. And I'm thankful for that. But I think I have to put this last because I'm just not ever in the mood to watch it. It's my least favorite of a lot of the Kong films. And this one, while I don't care about it, I like to put it in. It's a nice, cozy background movie to work to. I'll just get on the computer, get some work done, and this is on in the background, and it makes me feel good. So yeah, this is my ranking. This is weird to me. This feels strange. It feels a little bit wrong. But when you're working with 3 movies and this is your selection here. This is just how it has to go. King Kong, the 70s version, goes at the end. This one will always be number one in you know, a grouping like this. This is kind of difficult, but I think I'm going to say Sisterhood is ahead of King Kong. Again, very strange to do that. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a nice, easy watch. So I don't know. I'm cool with it. Look at all the talent. Tamblyn, Ferreira, Lively, Bladell. It's a nice movie. You know? I like it. And this one, I don't know. I don't need to justify it to myself anymore. It's just, I'm not as into this King Kong as I am the other ones. And this is a nice film that I love to watch as sort of like a background movie. And this here, again, first R-rated movie in the theater. Great 80s grit, great 80s slime, great 80s blob. And yeah, I think it's great. So I've dedicated some art to this film as well. Never this one. I'll have to do that soon. But anyway, this is my ranking. Blob, the 88 version, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and the 1970s King Kong. There you have it. Thank you so much for joining me for today's edition of Random Rankings, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.